Despite President Trump's repeated claims that everything is under control and that America is winning big, everyday Americans are now suffering through a severe oil shock directly triggered by the escalating war with Iran, leading to widespread economic pain and disruption in daily life. California's gasoline stocks have plummeted to absolute record lows never seen before, causing gasoline prices to skyrocket dramatically across the state and putting immense pressure on drivers, businesses, and families who rely on affordable fuel to get by. Could real panic finally set in after just 2 more weeks of this chaos, as experts across the energy sector are now urgently warning of a full-blown oil crisis unfolding right here in the United States that could cripple the economy? Are Americans now forced to pay the heavy price for Trump's controversial Hormuz blockade, especially after his administration's complete failure to successfully reopen the vital strait and restore normal oil flows from the region? Even as alarm bells ring loudly at home with skyrocketing prices and shortages hitting hard, Trump boldly claims total victory on the world stage and doubles down by sending another 10,000 American troops straight into the volatile Middle East theater.
I will say the war in Iran is going along swimmingly. We can do whatever we want. And it should be ending pretty soon. It was perfect. I mean, it's perfect. It was the power we have, our military. We have the most powerful military anywhere in the world. I built it 4 years, my first 4 years.
California stands among the very first states in the United States to feel the devastating effects of the oil shock stemming directly from the ongoing conflict with Iran, hitting residents with immediate shortages and soaring costs. California's gasoline inventories have sharply declined to unprecedented record lows amid this turmoil, even as fuel prices continue to surge upward at gas stations across the state, squeezing consumers harder every day. A deeply worrying situation unfolding in California was exclusively revealed by the Reuters news agency in their detailed report published just yesterday on April 16th, shining a spotlight on the brewing crisis. Californians are now shelling out an average of $5.86 per gallon for fuel at the pump, marking the highest price anywhere in the entire US and turning routine drives into a major financial burden for millions. The California rate towers far above the national average of just $4.09 per gallon seen in the rest of the US, according to the latest data from Reuters, highlighting the state's unique vulnerability in this energy crunch. Since California heavily relies on imported refined products shipped in from Asia to meet its massive demand, this escalating crisis is likely to worsen significantly in the coming days and weeks ahead. Back in March 2026, right after launching the war against Iran, President Trump publicly stated that higher global oil prices are actually a good thing for America, dismissing public concerns over the economic fallout. Trump declared, "The US is now the largest oil producer in the world. When oil prices go up like this, we make a lot of money as a nation," framing the surge as a financial win amid the conflict. Nikki Woodward from the California Energy Commission said, quote, "The Energy Commission is in close communication with all in-state refiners to ensure adequate transportation fuels supply during this volatile period of supply contraction due to the effective closing of the Strait of Hormuz," unquote. Statewide gasoline stocks have averaged just 9.44 million barrels for 4 straight weeks, signaling a tightening supply that is already being felt across California. This is the lowest level in the Energy Commission's data set, which goes all the way back to 2005, underscoring how unusual and severe the current situation is. California is especially vulnerable to price shocks because it is largely isolated from the US fuel pipeline network that supplies most other states more efficiently. California prices are higher because of state taxes, along with the added expense of producing and distributing its specially required gasoline blend. That gasoline blend was originally developed to reduce smog, which was once a constant and visible problem in Los Angeles and surrounding areas. Amid the fallout from the Iran war, the US Interior and Energy Departments are set to meet with top executives from major energy firms as Washington scrambles to respond to the growing strain in global oil markets. The chief executives of Exxon and Chevron, America's 2 biggest oil giants, are expected to speak directly with Trump's aides as the administration seeks advice from industry leaders on how to manage the crisis. Rising fuel prices could become a serious political threat to Trump's Republican Party ahead of November's midterm elections, where voter anger over inflation and energy costs may shape the outcome. The call is being organized by the White House, which is also home to the National Energy Dominance Council that is now playing a central role in the administration's energy strategy. That council is a group formed by US President Trump and is being led by Interior Secretary Doug Burgum, who has been tasked with helping coordinate the government's response. Meanwhile, on April 16th, the US president said the war was going swimmingly and suggested that it may end soon, even as the conflict continues to rattle markets and raise concerns at home.
I will say the war in Iran is going along swimmingly. We can do whatever we want. And it should be ending pretty soon. It was perfect. I mean, it's perfect. It was the power we have, our military. We have the most powerful military anywhere in the world. I built it 4 years, my first 4 years. We had the best economy in the history of our country in my first term, and we're blowing it out now. We're blowing it away now. And despite our little diversion to the lovely country of Iran, lovely place, but we had to do that because otherwise bad things could happen, really bad things. So we've sent out, and I think you're going to see some incredible results, you know, for those people that question it. You're going to see some, the job we've done has been amazing. The ships are out there today, and they're saying, don't come here, don't even think about it. And you have these massive tankers saying, let's get the hell out of here. It's amazing.
According to the latest report circulating on April 14th, President Trump's approval ratings have unfortunately continued their persistent downward trend, reflecting growing public dissatisfaction amid ongoing political and economic challenges. The most recent data from reliable polling sources clearly shows that Donald Trump's approval ratings are now hovering precariously in the low 40s, a figure that underscores the mounting pressures and criticisms facing his administration in these turbulent times. Donald Trump, the current president, is gearing up to confront a significant midterm electoral test this coming November 2026, where voters across the nation will deliver their verdict on his leadership and policies through congressional races. The escalating tensions from the Iran war, combined with a consequent sharp spike in energy prices that has hit American wallets hard, could seriously undermine the prospects of candidates backed by Donald Trump in the upcoming elections.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.